Hey, it's Luke John Harrison here. Before we get into this video, make sure please that you like, comment and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure the bell notification icon is on. It only takes 1 second of your day to make mine. Now let's get into it. It's a nice, calm, relaxing, soothing environment right now. Just in between North and South Shields here, and the Shields Ferry over there is North Shields. And I'm thinking this morning about how we're forced ourselves to do things, how we're continually forced ourselves to eat better, we're forced ourselves to want to go to the gym, we're forced ourselves to do things we don't want to do in my life. We force ourselves to enjoy being in a relationship we hate being in. We force ourselves. And the problem is when we force ourselves, yeah, we might get a little result, we might get a little bit of something out of it. And we sometimes are often far too hard on ourselves. But when we force ourselves, we fail. So how do we feel more of a flow? How do we feel more like we're actually going somewhere without force? So if we force, we fail. If we flow, what is that a result of? It's a result of our focus, what we put our focus on. So you can turn on the news and turn on the TV today and there's a pandemic going on. Or you can just simply know that it's another day of the week. See, what we are influenced by is where we put our focus and our attention. If we put our attention into scrolling social media and getting angry at what other people are posting, and if their views don't coincide and are not in agreement with our views, we are triggered, and so we need to respond. But often we don't respond diplomatically, we react. We react, and we are negative in terms of when they will feel that we are negative. We are reactive in terms of being a negative consequence on our body, because as soon as we react to something we don't agree with and we get triggered, we feel a surge of stress, cortisol, the need to prove oneself right. There's a little bit of ego in there, of course, as well at the same time, but I believe more so that it's detrimental stress to the body. Now, I can be triggered just like anyone else. I'm a normal human being who can be deeply triggered by the opinions of others and what should and shouldn't be, and I can get roped up into the mindset of wanting to prove myself just like you can. But I'll ask you this: if you want to flow more in your life and have less force of needing to do things and pushing yourself to do things, would it not make more sense to possibly adopt a different strategy? To understand that you get a choice of where you put your focus. You get a choice of people you choose to follow online. You get a choice of what you choose to watch on YouTube and Netflix and on this TV that has a button that you can press it and you can either change the channel or turn the fucker off. And if you're watching the news all the time and you're reading the papers, don't be disheartened and don't be surprised if your mental health is not as great as what it could be. Now, this is obviously not the only thing you can do, but it's a hell of a massive thing to get out of your life and put your focus into something that's a bit more positive. And personally, I think that when you put your focus within, on yourself rather than without, on your expectations of how other people should act and how the world should look, and you focus more on how you want to be and how you'd like to be and how you are acting yourself rather than how you want other people to act, your focus will expand and your flow will go further, and you will feel, rather than having to force yourself to do things, you'll actually start to find an enjoyment and an intrigue and a level of optimism in towards trying new things and being a little bit more open-minded rather than so pessimistic, angry, short-tempered and believing everybody should think the way that you think. And this can be, everybody can be a victim of this at some point, especially with recent events and what's went on over the past couple of years in the world. But however, I want you to focus on this today, this number one thing, and that is you. What if you just took a little bit more time to look after your self-care, to look after yourself and your own life? I imagine if you chose to do that, you would notice a hell of a lot more happiness in a very short period of time. So go get it.